Hey guys, Ryan Magis here from Winning International, and I am pumped because you're about to watch an interview with one of our amazing clients, Vicky Murgatroyd, all the way over in Las Vegas at our last retreat, where she literally got to a point where she was doing $16,000 weeks in her mindset coaching business, going from a few months before that, struggling financially, not sure around the clarity of how she could use her mindset coaching to productize what she was doing online, and how we made that transition. So I want you to engage in this interview by taking notes and paying particular attention to all the value that we discussed that you can take to make sure that you get the same results as Vicky, but also look at the downs that she went through, because it wasn't always red roses. It wasn't always just absolute success, wins the whole time. It was a lot of lows and some struggles that she went through, and I want you to learn from that as well. But if you're watching this, guys, and you're like, this sounds awesome, but I want help now, I want to know how you can help me get my results quicker, then I want you to go below this video, put your details in, because I've got a couple of spare spots in the calendar this week to do some off-the-cuff sessions for anyone that's got a massive vision, massive passion, and needs that strategic direction. But I can't make any promises because we get a lot of people apply for these, but put in your details and I may potentially give you a call, lock in that session, and help you get the same results that Vicky did, even faster. So guys, get your notepad and pen ready, enjoy the interview, and I'll see you guys there. Cool. Thank you so much for joining us, Vicky. It's awesome to have you here. Can't wait to tell your story. Pretty much how you went from doing one-to-one, really amazingly, which was awesome, to transitioning to one-to-many, going on a bit of a journey, a little bit of a stretch to make that transition and start to get traction with your leads and sales, but breaking through, making $16,000 in a week, and now getting way more consistent with it. It's just been a constant up process. And after this week at the Las Vegas retreat, I know you're going to crush it. So Thank you so much for coming here. Thank you for being such an amazing client. I've got pretty much one goal today, and that's to inspire the guys that are listening to be able to get the similar results, but learn from your journey from a real authentic place. Okay. It's not going to be just talking all fluff. I just want to teach them as much as we can today with what you've done to get the results, and not just the good, but also the struggles that you've gone through and how you got through them, and just giving people that are watching, because the guys that are watching want to get to that point. If they could do $16,000 in a week, that would be like the most amazing thing ever for them. So really, really awesome. So proud of you. If you could kick off the interview, I'll be leading it with questions and stuff, but if you could kick it off with just giving a little bit of an overview of what your business is and what your niche is, that would be awesome.
Sure. So I work with business women, so female entrepreneurs, on personal development. So the whole theory of you can only grow your business as far as your mindset allows. Yes. So just allowing them to expand in their confidence, their certainty, their mindset, so they can grow in their business and impact more people.
Yeah, wicked. So clear as well. They grow their mindset, grow their business. Very easy. Awesome. So over the journey, I remember when you first came into this process with 7-Figure Coach, and I was setting some goals, and I was like, it'd be amazing if we get to 5K per week. That would be an awesome initial stretch. And at the same time, even though it was really exciting, there was a lot of growth to be had. I knew sales was going to be a big thing for you. But the thing that I admire most about your journey is that some people crack it straight away. Other people, like even myself, it took me years to get a breakthrough. Whereas I had some people that just got straight into business, started crushing it straight away. And for you, it was a little bit of you had to go through and you had to work hard, which you have, which is why I admire you so much. You put in the hard yards, kept going and going and going. What do you think the number one mindset thing was that you shifted going into this process to be able to get that breakthrough from not making any sales to making sales in your program?
Honestly, it just comes down to the personal stuff, just like what I teach as well, and it's the same as what I've learned from you is the worth stuff. It's just knowing that, yes, you have got what it takes, and yes, it is possible, and just to trust in the process, just to let go and know that it's going to happen.
Yeah, definitely. So for you, it was knowing it was going to happen, and that's a big breakthrough, that 16K point. And for the coaches watching, they might not have a one-to-many model. They might not know how to market, might not know how to sell. What do you think that the three biggest kind of things you wanted to learn coming into 7-Figure were?
Marketing, most definitely, and just being able to reach, because I've got a big vision to impact a lot of people. So it was having that the model in order to actually be able to do that without burning out and failing. And then also, how to get it out there, how to, even just like you said about the niche stuff, just get really specific about who you're targeting, and then you can attract the exact right people who you love and who you can really positively impact as well. So awesome. Was that 3?
Yeah, that was 3.
Yeah.
It's kind of sales one as well.
Sales was a huge one, and it was definitely, I think we discussed this a lot in the early stages and still now, is the leadership stuff. Just being able to step up and know it.
Yeah.
And it was a huge mindset shift to me to go from the one-to-one, which I'd done for for a long time, and then into the one-to-many.
Just out of curiosity, were you doing one-to-one coaching?
3 years.
3 years?
Yep. Yeah.
Oh, wow.
So I could get phenomenal results. And then it was like a whole mindset shift around the premium model. So it was like me stepping into a totally new space.
Do you mind sharing your price point of what you're doing with the one-on-one? And we can contrast it with the one-to-many.
$200 an hour. So it was, then I would do, that was the initial consult, and then we'd go into a six session like package, if you like.
Yep.
So it was never, session by session stuff. It was still about the results, but it's still very time intensive for me. And the clients got a lot less out of it because it was just 1 hour per week.
Yeah, okay, cool. Awesome. So you made the switch from doing, for 3 years, you were doing the one-to-one, and it was $200 an hour. You'd sell them to a 6-session package, but it was all you one-on-one.
Yep.
And so you said you wanted to leverage a bit, and obviously everyone that I work with has to do one-to-many. Yeah. Pretty much incorporate one-to-one elements. Like means, but make sure that you're leveraging the framework or the strategy.
Yep.
So that was a big step for you.
That was a huge step, But it's so valuable when you get it in there as well. That the amount you can deliver to them in that time that you would never be able to do in sessions alone is just phenomenal.
Yeah, exactly. So actually getting more value. I think that's the key premise. So if anyone that's watching that's in one-on-one at the moment, you've gone from doing $200 sessions to, which is one-on-one intensive, to be able to run one-to-many programs at a premium price point. What's the price point now?
5. Yeah.
Oh, it's 5. Yeah.
Yep.
Boom. So $5K price point, which is awesome, which we just upped, which is awesome. So you went from selling one-to-one for $1,200 or $200 an hour to one-to-many for $5,000.
Yep.
So that's a massive shift.
It's a big shift, yeah. And it is all the internal stuff, like we've discussed, like the whole leadership and stepping into that space as well. Yeah.
So with the people that you're working with at the moment, how's their feedback been with the one-to-many process?
Yeah, phenomenal. Really good, really good. There's one woman who kind of, within the first 3 weeks, had tripled her client base, and it is just that getting them into the right headspace where they can just grow. And the growth is always there. Like, everyone has this phenomenal potential within them. It's just tapping into what works for them and getting them in the right space to do it.
Wow. So right at the start of working with someone, you tripled their client base. Yeah. It's amazing. So that 5K is easily warranted.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
It's nothing, right?
Absolutely. And it's that mindset, just like happened with me as well. It's stepping up, because you're investing in yourself and you're deciding that you're going to put that demand on yourself, and the supply will just flow. Whereas usually we're so focused on the supply, where's our next client coming from, etc. When you step up and you have the bigger vision,
of course,
it happens.
That's awesome. Great stuff. Because I just love the fact that you've gone from one-to-one to one-to-many, but it's actually more valuable now. Yeah. That's a huge takeaway. Yeah. Yeah, cool. So tell me a little bit about the journey from when you started in this program and where you were right at the start, in terms of, like, if you don't mind sharing for the other coaches watching financially. Yeah. And in terms of how you're going with your marketing and sales, and then how that transitioned all the way from starting to now. Yeah.
It's been a journey.
It's definitely been a journey.
Yeah, so we started off, in all honesty, I wasn't doing a lot of marketing. We had the website, and we would just get leads through there, and we would get a fair bit of people ringing up. But as I say, it was very time intensive to the booking and everything else. Like, literally nothing was systemized, so it was very intensive. And
that website had obviously been up for a while.
Yeah, it had been up for a while. So they would literally just ring us. So we didn't even have the online booking systems in place or anything, and it was very much, there was no real sales involved in it. It was just, if they need help, and you could just speak to them about that, and if they wanted to book in, if they didn't, it was, rather than the mindset of this person's asking for help and I need to deliver to them, it was just a kind of do they want to, maybe they can't afford it, etc. And it wasn't, the focus wasn't on the help, and I think that was a big thing for me, was to get the focus off the money, because even with the premium, it's not about the money. But if they invested $500 as opposed to $5,000, they wouldn't step up, they wouldn't get the result. So that was a huge shift that you helped me a lot with.
Yeah, definitely. So you started off, like, Where were we at financially when we started this?
What, per week?
What do you think your biggest, like?
Oh, probably averaged about 1,500 a week.
Okay, cool.
Yeah.
1,500 a week. Nice. Doing the one-to-one stuff.
Yeah.
Awesome. And then you started there, and then we started really stepping it up, and so you started launching marketing?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was a big step. Like all the tech and everything else, like now I'm at the point where I can bring other people in to help me with that.
Awesome.
But at the beginning it was laying that groundwork so I knew how to do everything and setting it up so, yeah, I can literally just replicate that model if I needed to ever, because I know exactly how it works.
Awesome. So you can generate leads when you need now.
Yeah, completely.
Did you struggle at all at the start with leads?
Yep. Because I needed to get specific in who I wanted to attract, and
niche.
yeah, absolutely. The more specific that I got, I think a lot of people have this as well. Thought you're just excluding everybody else, but really you're just pinpointing it so that you know exactly who you want, and they know how to find you because you're the one with their specific answer.
Yeah.
And that was a huge shift.
You can get nothing from a lot of people, or you can get a really good amount of people to help in a very small, specific demographic.
Yeah. And I think, like you said, a lot of coaches have that mindset. Oh, I want to help everyone, but then you help no one. And that was a huge shift for me, because the whole point is you get into it because you love what you do and you love the results. Yeah. But if you want to help everyone, you can't help anyone, and it just totally negates your purpose.
Yes, definitely. So when you came into Seven Figure, I pretty much said, okay, cool, you're selling a 5K program, number one.
Yep.
And number two, we're changing the niche is what it's going to be. And so that specificity around the niche, selling to what people want as opposed to, hey, I'm a coach, do you want help? Which could be help in any area, really help with getting the leads, which is awesome. So we conquered leads first.
Yep.
If there was one tip you would give to people about generating leads, if they're not at the moment, what would it be? Or one thing that helped you?
To give them what they want, I think, and a lot of us who have the prior knowledge and the prior experience of what coaching can do for you talk in terms of what you need, but they don't respond to that, so you can't give them the help, even though that's what they know. So give them what they want, and also embed in that what they need. But in terms of marketing, you've got to dress it as in what they want, as in what they're looking for, as what they're searching for, because otherwise they're never going to get the help again because they're not going to opt in.
Exactly. So selling them what they want, then giving them what they need, instead of coaches going, you know, your problem is that you're stuck in fear, because they don't know they're stuck in fear. They just want to find a partner, or they want to find their dream business or dream career or dream body. Yeah. They don't know what's really holding them back.
Like, you've got to speak in their own language.
Yeah, you've got to speak to them. Yeah, awesome. That's a great piece of advice. Probably the biggest piece that I would say that there is. Yeah. Awesome. Cool. Thank you for that.
Thanks.
Talk about the sales journey. I feel like that's been the biggest stretch for you.
The biggest stretch, yeah.
What I'm proudest of you for conquering.
Again, I got totally caught up on the money side of things. Like, I didn't want to take people's money because that's not what it was about, and it was just a lot of, just totally wrong framing around that. Fear and just confusion from my point of view as well, and needing to step up into that leadership space, because I do deliver phenomenal results with all the clients I've worked with, but then it came into selling a premium model, and all of a sudden I'm like, oh, like the fear comes up for me. But that was a big breakthrough that I needed, so then I can help other people to do the same for their business as well.
Awesome. So we talk a lot, for the guys that are watching, when it comes to selling, there's two main energies that we try to get. You have to have a really awesome balance with, which is lots of love and lots of leadership. Not balanced, like a little bit of both. You need to be really caring, really authentic, which you are, and you had that nailed. But it was like, you also need to bring the leadership, which means sometimes calling them out, being kind of authoritative from a place of, I'm actually strong enough to be able to help you. Yeah. And that's what you've done so well with.
Yeah. And I had that in the sessions. Like, when I was doing the one-to-one, there was no way I would let anybody get away with anything, because otherwise they won't get the result. But then that's like, sales came in as a whole different thing, and just to reframe that as you're actually helping them to break through every step of the way. It's not just you sell them and then you help them. That's all a part of the process. Was just a huge shift. Yeah, completely.
Such a good reframe. Yeah. Awesome. Yeah, great. Awesome. So when you first came in the program, how long did it take you to make your first sale?
In 6-figure or 7-figure?
7-figure.
In 7-figure?
When we upped it to 5K?
Maybe 6 weeks.
6 weeks?
Yeah.
And those 6 weeks you're doing sessions, weren't you?
Yep. I was doing lots of sessions,
You're doing lots of sessions. For the guys watching, a sales session. So when you're actually attempting to pitch somebody, you were doing sessions, you're working hard, and you weren't getting any conversion rate pretty much, because we're lacking that leadership and because of the fear around the price point.
Yeah.
Fair enough, like pretty much every coach goes through it. Yeah. So you persevered though, and then you broke through, and then right after you broke through, you literally had a 16K a week. You worked up to that.
Yep.
How did that feel when you finally broke through?
Felt good.
Yeah.
The certainty,
relieving as well?
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And almost okay, now, like that sets the bar now, and that I can know that's possible. And
that's a standard.
Yeah, and it wasn't like it was sales. It didn't feel salesy. It felt like I'd just spoken to 4 phenomenal women who were absolutely amazing, who I knew full well that I could help. And then I got the opportunity to help them. Like, it was phenomenal. Yeah, completely. It was, amazing.
Cool.
Exactly why I do it.
So if there was anybody that was watching, there was a coach that may have tried speaking to a few other people about their product, but haven't converted yet, what would you say to them?
Speak to you.
Speak to me.
Yeah.
Yeah, awesome.
Definitely.
And also, obviously persevere, right?
Yeah, completely.
Yeah.
It's the make sure you've got the groundwork laid, because if I'd carried on honestly as I was going, I could have carried on with that level of work and not get any results. And I think that's where the burnout comes in, because it's exhausting.
Yes.
And it takes away from what you're doing it for, and it becomes very salesy. Whereas when you've got the process right, as we've kind of developed now, and you can step into that, then you get the results, and it re-energizes. Completely. And you get to help people, which is the whole point.
Yeah, 100%. And I think that's right. There's like results, and then like how rewarding it is. How good are the results, but how rewarding is it as well?
Yeah.
If you've got the, it's hard if you're not getting results. You can focus on the fact that it doesn't feel rewarding because you're working so hard and not seeing exactly what you said. So that's awesome. Thank you for that. So just to recap, you jumped into 7-figure. We changed it around. We went from 1 to 1 to 1 to many. We started targeting and changing the niche from kind of being a mindset coach and helping people who are struggling with confidence or more anxiety and stuff, right? To helping female business owners start to build their mindset, they can build their business.
Yep.
And we changed it to a 5K price point. We learned how to market, which is a big step. We learned how to sell, which took 6 weeks from doing sessions and getting no results. Now you converted around 40%, which is a big step up. And after spending the whole week here in Vegas learning how to sell, we're obviously going to take that to the next level again, which is going to be awesome. And that's the goal, right? Over the next quarter. Do you want to share with the guys what your goal is, or where you're going to be at in terms of weekly actual not just sales value, but weekly cash flow in the business in 3 months' time?
In 3 months? So I'd be looking at bringing on 5 new clients per week. So that'd be, 25K a week. But then also looking at bringing on somebody into the business to work with me and to help serve those clients as well, to help give them the best experience.
Amazing. It's just so cool to see that not too long ago we were talking and going, Ryan, I'm struggling to break through. How do I break through? And then it's like, cool, now we've broken through. And it's like, next goal is 25K a week. It's huge. And bringing someone into the business, or hiring someone in the business, so you don't have to be the one selling.
Yeah, completely.
Amazing.
Completely.
If there were kind of, all right, I'll go over the negatives first, and we'll back up with some positives. What do you think the biggest struggle was on your journey to breaking through?
It's got to be the sales mindset, really. Just having that, complete association that sales was, I didn't like it at all, into the fact that sales is a chance to actually allow somebody to step up and give them that space, just like you did for me, to be honest, because there was doubts in my mind as well. And that's just their fear, and you're there to guide them through and to get them that result. It's just total massive reframe that's been the biggest breakthrough.
Yeah, awesome. So it was like at the start, it was like this nerve-wracking thing where you felt a little bit like you were doing someone a disservice almost by getting them on, because you were taking their money, and then you're like, hang on a second, I can enjoy this process. It still can be exhausting, and energy-wise, it can take a bit out, which is why you want to master it. And then, like, that's the plan for us over the next quarter. Get someone in who loves sales and wants to do it full time to be able to do that for your business. But you mastering it first is, changing the mindset to, I get to change someone's life. I get to give a bunch of value, and it's a breakthrough session. So good. I love it. Because if I don't think like that, I find it exhausting and struggle and don't make sales either.
Yeah, but no, I love it. It's a great chance to connect with somebody and to give them a massive opportunity.
Awesome. What do you think your 3 biggest learnings have been over this whole journey?
Leadership, massively. Just to step up and own that from the get-go. And
on the sales call.
Definitely on the sales call. Yeah, as I say, just moving that out of just the coaching and into the sales, so you can still give them those breakthroughs.
Outside the high-rise elevator.
the ritual stuff, to always keep yourself in a peak state all the time, has been massive, because again, your mindset is always going to bring up those doubts and things like that, but when you're on top of it, then you're unstoppable and you're in control.
So just for everyone watching, every single day, we do, our team does, all of our clients, every single day do the morning ritual, which is this hardcore music anchoring activity that gets you in state, gets you being the best version of you, because the best version of you can handle anything, really.
Yep.
Yeah, so good. All right, awesome. That's a massive takeaway. It's same for me. If I don't do it, I struggle.
Yeah.
3?
Probably what's possible, honestly, in terms of impact and everything else, because that's what it's about. The ability to change so many lives, and being surrounded by people who are in that mentality has just been invaluable, like yourself and every other coach who's in there. Is just to see the stuff that they're pushing themselves to do is just massively inspiring.
Yeah, so to have the rest of the 7-figure coaches that are doing really well and crushing it, and they've got through some of the things that you need to get through, just makes it easier.
Yeah, completely. And even to know that they have stuff as well that comes up, and you can
like we still have stuff.
Yeah, completely. And it takes you out of that mindset of thinking, oh, they're on a pedestal and I can't get there, to, okay, like I say before, like what's possible. It just opens up that possibility thinking.
Awesome. So good. Such good takeaways. Thank you so much for everything so far today. If you could just leave it with one note, which would be like, what would one piece of advice you'd give to anyone that's out there right now that's a coach that's kind of similar to where you are, something that you believe could really help them get to that next level?
Yeah.
If there's one thing that you could share with them that you think that could be really valuable for them?
I'd say get help. The accountability and the ability to stretch yourself beyond what you're doing now.
Yeah.
If you're in it to help other people, help yourself, and then you'll be able to help them. Like it has to come from that place of internal stuff for you to expand outward, and
awesome.
to get you in the right place, not only with like the external stuff like your marketing and your all that stuff, but also for you to step up as well.
Yeah, totally.
Just been invaluable. Like it's just changed everything for me.
So, because you're investing in yourself.
Yeah, completely.
Yeah, awesome.
And it also to take the big investment, as in just like you did with your 50K program. You have to move. There's no choice.
Yeah.
And it just creates that. Again, you're creating the vacuum, which is just going to be filled.
Yeah, I love that so much. It's like step up, because like you said, I invested 50K in a mentor when I launched Winning.
Yeah.
You know, our program's 20K. It's a big step. You've got money coming out every week, which means you have to step up. You have to be abundant so your clients can be abundant.
Completely.
But obviously, you mentioned the accountability there. And how have you found Zach? Because Zach's your accountability coach, and he is ruthless. So if you don't get your stuff done, you get a call every week.
Completely. And again, you set your tasks. He doesn't set the tasks for you, so you've set those. If you're not going to be able to stick to what you've said, you're not going to be able to coach anyone else realistically. So that really helps to have him there. But also, he'll slam you, but not only slam you, he'll also facilitate you giving you what you need in order for you to then get the results consistently. So
awesome.
Although
Have you been grilled? You've been pretty consistent.
I've been pretty consistent. There's been a few times where I've dropped it, but I think I know when I've done that, and it's just come from cause and make sure that you know that you're going to sort it out next week. And
so you don't feel shattered if he has a go at you.
Nah, because it's fair. If I've dropped it, then fair enough. Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah. And then that gives you more incentive the next week to go.
Yeah.
Awesome. Cool. Well, thank you so much, Vicky. You're an absolute superstar. Love you heaps.
Thanks.
And you're crushing it at the moment. Can't wait to see where we get to by the next retreat. It's going to be so good. So thank you so much again.
Thank you for everything, really.
That's okay. Awesome.
Awesome, guys. So how cool was that? Vicky is such a humble, amazing woman. Absolutely love helping her and could not be prouder of her growth. And I really liked in that interview the rawness behind what it took to get results. Showing you guys that it's not actually all about the wins, but it's about the journey. It's about being persistent, consistent, and doing whatever it takes to get to that amazing outcome where you're changing thousands of lives and changing the world. So if you watch this and said, that was amazing, I want to know how I can just snap from struggling financially, pretty much from scratch, all the way to $16,000 weeks in my coaching business, what it took for her to get that. If I want the same thing, if you want that, go below, put in your details, and I'll do my best to jump on a clarity session. If I can't, then one of our team will be able to help you out, giving you that clarity, helping you know exactly what it's going to take for you in your niche, in your business model, to be able to get to that point of $16,000 weeks as soon as possible. Would love to help you out. So go below, put in your details, and we'll speak to you soon.